It looks weird without the hat, though. Just FYI.
It does look weird without the hat.
Yeah.
All right, we are live on YouTube.
We're live on YouTube, everyone. From New Jersey to your
Facebook
couch.
keeps telling me to connect my stream source. Don't know what's going on with that.
YouTube is live and
Yeah,
confirmed.
YouTube's live. All right, we're going with it. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. My favorite part of the week. All right, folks, we are live on YouTube. We are live on Riverside, and we might be live on a couple other platforms, and we just don't know it yet. A couple highlights of the week. This is John with Movie Killer Podcast, mkpcast.com, at Movie Killers Podcast at YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're on all of them, folks. As usual, I got Mark with me as my co-host. Mark's going to give you guys some nonsense about LeBron and the Sixers. We're going to gloss over that pretty quick, and we're going to jump right back into the movie business because, you know, we talked about old men last week with James Gunn. We don't need to talk about him tonight with the Sixers. But Mark, you do your thing and you do your intro.
Should I just do my quick plug for those that are
You can do
unaware?
whatever you want. This is your
I
show.
was the only person in the entire NBA fan base fraternity to say that LeBron is coming to Philly. That's all I'm saying. There was what I should have did, Johnny. I should have bet the odds at DraftKings at one point were much higher, but I had a chance to pull the trigger at 30-1 odds that he signs in Philly. I didn't do it. I got cold feet. I should have did it. That's all I'm saying.
How about Kalshi?
I didn't check, but all in all, just a missed opportunity. What are you gonna do?
We should reach out to them. If he wants to do that on our behalf, and you get us a sponsorship with Kalshi, I'll give you 15% of whatever our sponsorship turns out to be, just for
Okay.
finding it.
Yes.
15% of the total value of the sponsorship goes to whoever gets us on Kalshi, gets Kalshi for us as a sponsor. How about that?
Wow. I think they're gonna want that in writing, but I think
All
that's a
right.
great
Send me an
offer.
email.
This is what
Yeah,
I
it's
would
good,
do.
right?
Yeah, no, I agree. But what I would do for the audience that's local, I would buy them a gift certificate to one of my favorite hot dog spots, I think probably on the entire planet, Destination Dogs in New Brunswick. You're shaking your head. John,
Dude, we
you
got
know.
listeners in Kyoto, Japan. We got listeners in Germany, Poland. They're not going to
Yes.
Destination Dog. They want
But
dough. They want cash.
okay, but let's just say there's like a hot dog or a kielbasa spot in your area. I'd be willing to fly there and buy them dinner at the hot dogs.
Yeah,
What's wrong
you're
with
paying
that?
for that on your own. I'm not paying for that.
We can talk about it, I think.
All right. Done.
All right. So that was the intro. Do you want to get caught up on some of the movies that are out and some of the movies
Yeah,
that are
so,
coming out?
one of the things I'm really enjoying right now is the fact that Masters of the Universe is already on Prime.
Bombed.
Yeah, I love it. It's,
Yeah.
it's been out in the movies for, I don't know, 4 weeks, and it's already sitting on Prime. So that's just crazy to me, but I guess the studio came back and said, "Hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta make some money off of this thing." So they dropped it right onto Prime. I think it was done by Amazon Studios, though, so that makes sense.
Yeah, but you say you're not shocked. You called it that it was going to
No, I'm
bomb.
not shocked at all. Well, I'm a little shocked that it happened so quick. Like, that thing just totally went down the tubes quick, but I thought it would do a little bit better than that and go a little bit faster, like, last a little bit longer, but that was really quick.
Yeah. But are you going to watch it?
Yeah, I'll probably watch it tonight after the show. I was debating watching it last night, but I'm reading for anybody who
Yeah.
doesn't know, everybody knows me. I'm completely and totally addicted to Dungeon Crawler Carl. If you guys haven't read it, go read it. But literally in a week, I blasted through books 1, 2, 3, and I'm halfway through book 4. And I think Peacock or Paramount, one of them is making it into a series, but I was gonna watch it last night and I got sucked into this book and I didn't put the book down. So
You're gonna probably have to tell the audience what that book is all about, because like myself, I did not know what that was. I don't know if you can spend 30 seconds trying to give a high level on what that book's about.
yeah, so and then I have a good segue into that from a book, but there's basically there's aliens who come down and they've seeded the earth. Like we are all just a farmland for these aliens. And they come down and they decide it's time to farm the earth. So at a certain time, they collapse every building on the planet, and they open up these doors to go underground. So they give you like I forget the time, like 10 minutes to get underground. So anybody who goes underground survives. So millions of people go underground, and then it turns into this Dungeons and Dragons, Hunger Games, free for all, where you have to fight your way into the lower levels of the dungeon. So the easiest way to explain it is it's like Hunger Games meets Dungeons and Dragons that meets Saturday morning cartoons, right? It's just very funny, very witty, definitely entertaining. So I would check it out, and I'm looking forward to the show. But the other thing that's coming out, which kind of aligns more with what we do, Neuromancer is coming out on Apple TV. Neuromancer, based on another great book from I think the 80s, which basically termed the phrase cyberspace, cyberpunk, all the cyber stuff came from Neuromancer, but Neuromancer and Blade Runner came out right about the same time. I think Blade Runner came out 6 months before Neuromancer, but there's a lot of similarities if you read Neuromancer and watch the Blade Runner. But Johnny Mnemonic came right out of Neuromancer. Matrix came right out of Neuromancer. So all this whole cyber world and the term ultimately you can trace it all the way back to Neuromancer. So
See, I'd be willing to bet that 9 out of the 10 people that are listening had no idea that that was the case. Like, I had no idea until you brought it up, when we talked
yeah,
about it the last time.
it's a tough read. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like there's a lot of detail and a lot of stuff going on. So you got to read it over and over again. Like so it's not fun reading for a lot of people. Like I'm on like I wouldn't say preteen. I'm on a young teen reading level, right? Like I love reading books that
I'm right
like
there
I
with
can
you.
blast through in a
Yeah.
couple days. Neuromancer is not one of those books. Like I don't need pictures or anything. I don't want to give you guys that impression.
Pictures never hurt. I'm into the pictures. So
Um,
you talked about He-Man going to Prime. Over the weekend, I watched Mandalorian. I mentioned this to you, Mandalorian Grogu. Oh,
yeah,
I,
rough, right?
it wasn't a bad movie. It's just that should not have been a theatrical release. And I know it did very poorly at the box office. Just and like I thought they were going to do something a lot more different than basically what we saw on the when they were streaming it. I mean, everything was predictable. The animatronics, and I wasn't the only one that thought this, but watching it was painful because it was like, do you remember Return of the Jedi when that came out and the Ewoks
Yeah,
and stuff, right? Like you knew they were like, well, there was actually people dressed up as Ewoks, but some of the other animatronics, like obviously it's clearly fake. It had a lot of that going on. Like every single little, creature, like just CGI it. We all know it's fake. Just CGI it to make it look realistic. But they didn't do that. They used a lot of these animatronic because I guess they were too little. I don't know. It just looked really tacky. The whole movie was tacky, and I love Pedro Pascal, but there's only so much he can do, right? As the Mandalorian. It wasn't a terrible movie. It was just like I don't think I would have wanted to. I would have preferred to watch that at home,
yeah.
not spending money to watch it in the theaters.
So a couple interesting metrics or data points for us while we're sitting here talking. So Masters of the Universe total
Yes.
budget we talked about right around 200 million, right? They haven't given us an exact number, but they're estimating somewhere between 180 and 200 million. So we're going to estimate on the high side because it makes us look better.
Yes.
Total worldwide gross 113 million. So
Damn.
yeah, just complete total estimated studio return is just abysmal, right? Abysmal. So then you go to Mandalorian, Total budget for Mandalorian somewhere in the neighborhood of 165 million. Total return 340. So you guys go, from listening, 2.5 times the return. So that's another bomb at the box office where it didn't make its money and it didn't get its money back. So let's look at the Odyssey, which that was another movie I was getting ready to go see. But to be honest with you, with previews and everything else, I just had no interest in sitting in the theater for 3.5 hours.
Okay. Same here.
And you can't watch it in 70 millimeter IMAX unless you're in the unless you have like one of the 50 theaters in the world around you. So that makes it tough too. So Odyssey doing okay, and I think we predicted it was going to do okay. It was going to struggle. It was going to break even, maybe do a little bit better, but it wasn't going to explode the way that that everybody talked about. So total budget for the Odyssey 250 million. This is worldwide, not just domestic. Worldwide revenue to date 650 million. So it's to the point right now where it's about 100 million short of making its money back. Just because the advertising and the marketing, these guys are everywhere. So the marketing on this thing is predicted to be higher than the average 2.5 times return. So it's definitely going to make its money back. It's definitely going to do okay, but it's not doing. It's not having Toy Story 5 or Super Mario money, but it's doing okay.
Yeah. So can I add to that?
Yeah, please.
So the Masters of the Universe, Mandalorian, and Odyssey, right? 3 movies that were out, kind of around the near the same time frame. So
Yeah.
Masters of the Universe, the number we always judge a movie. We also factor in how many theaters it was shown, if it was like a limited release or not.
Yeah.
So Masters of the Universe shown in 3,667 theaters. That's a lot. Mandalorian, 4,300. Again, that's a big number. Odyssey, 3,900. So all these three movies were all basically widely released in, American shores and then abroad. I don't have the numbers for abroad, but I mean these were everywhere. So, it had every opportunity to make money. Sometimes there's a restriction on the theater count, but there was no restriction in any of these movies, which Masters in the Universe was the biggest bomb out of all these.
Yeah.
For the amount of money. I get Mandalorian didn't make a lot of money, but what was the break even for Mandalorian? Was it like 300 or less than that? Because you said the budget was 180.
165. Yeah.
All
So
right.
it
So
was
yeah,
3
something.
4 and change, 2.5 times 165. Yeah. So you got, 330 plus another half, another 80. Yeah, 400 million break
Yeah.
even. And it only did 345. So I pulled up this metric. I said, for the last 3 months, all the major releases or movies that did well, give me the data for each one of these. So I didn't distinguish did well or not. So you got Obsession, which is leading the way. Backrooms, which is
2615, by the way. 2,615 movie theaters, Obsession. So considerably less than these guys. 1,000 people are like, oh, it's only 1,000. 1,000 theaters. That's a lot of asses.
Yeah.
Right? So
and compare that to the Odyssey release, right?
yes.
Backrooms, second, Devil Wears Prada 2. And now I'm talking ROI, not total revenue.
Yep.
Toy Story 5, Minions and Monsters, The Odyssey, Mandalorian, Grogu, Masters of the Universe. So there's a thing about horror and low budget dominance, which we can see from the numbers. The numbers don't lie. Obsession and Backrooms. And I love Martin Scorsese, right? Love him. I mean, if you look at his movies, it's ridiculous the movies this guy's made. I'm not going to list them for you. Go look it up, but you guys know 90% of them. He's online, and it's kind of like you hear what people say and you kind of lose respect. Even though everything they've done, it only takes one stupid thing. But he's online, and it's so beneath him, which is why it's so disappointing. Bitching and moaning that people just don't make movies like they used to, and there needs to be big budget movies, and there needs to be all this, like, large production going on in Hollywood, and he's literally bitching that Obsession and Backrooms did so well, and that how low budget indie horrors are ruining Hollywood. Now, how is that
Yeah.
possible that this guy who he everybody gets started somewhere, instead of being happy for these guys and promoting them and saying, "Look what these independent filmmakers are doing to Hollywood," he's almost defensive, like he feels threatened, and he's bitching about this. I'm like, "Come on, man, be bigger than that. Like, you're better than that." It's so disappointing. If I
Yeah,
can
I
find
think
that clip before we end, I'll find the clip.
yeah, and I think that has just a lot to do with human nature and if you're a disruptor, in that industry, right? Like people just they will just be anti whatever you're doing if you run counter to what mainstream calls for. I mean, you could
Or
apply that to anything, you
you're
know.
just a whiny bitch. So
I mean, he might be that too, but to your point, I mean, these guys, like I don't understand how you can throw shade at, a studio that literally shot the movie for under $1 million. It was a pretty good movie, right? I'm like, that's not my genre, but from everybody that's watched it, my daughter included, um, they said it was a really good, like it was a very thoughtful movie. It wasn't just, shallow horror, like what do you call it? Just like your typical horror movie. They said it was actually interesting. And then there's always a twist or two in these horror movies, but they said it was enjoyable. It was worth it was worth the admission. That was like lightning in a bottle, though. I mean, where is it at now? 300 something million. It's like
no,
unbelievable.
400.
Oh my god.
Hold on, I just had it. I was jumping around. 458. Crazy.
That's insane. I guess I'd be bitching too if I'm him. I'd be like,
So
"What the hell,
this
man?"
is Scorsese. He goes, "All the superhero movies out today are like theme parks. They lack emotional depth, mystery, and risk
Yes.
that once defined studios." Well, I hate to break it to you, but roller coasters at theme parks, they're pretty risky and they're pretty scary.
Yeah.
He believes modern films often serve as amusement parks rather than vehicles for genuine human experience. Then he came back saying that low budget productions are ruining Hollywood, formulaic, profit driven filmmaking, and the over reliance of easily replicable content. I hate to break it to you, Marty, but a lot of your movies are the same shit over and over again. You're just such a good filmmaker that you make it extremely interesting. So, I mean, how many different mob movies have you made? There's, too many. And the last one, the Hoffa movie, was terrible. It was way too long, regardless of what anybody else says. So he has disdain for regurgitated recipes and is warning that mediocrity sells because audience are complacent. And this applies equally to big budget franchises and low budget imitations.
I mean,
He seems like an angry old man,
well,
right?
he's an older guy, and I mean, he's done some really good movies. I mean, going back to the 70s, right? Like, so I mean, I think he's entitled to his
Yeah,
obviously, he's entitled to his opinion. I mean, this guy is like, he's a legend, right? He is an absolute legend. So I give the guy a pass. I mean, do I like it? No, but when he looks like he's in his 70s or 80s, right? He's been making movies like classics, like Taxi Driver back 1975 or
yeah.
6,
Since
Raging
67 he
Bull.
started.
Yeah,
67.
Raging Bull 19 in the 80s, and then Goodfellas. Like his track record is, I mean, stuff of legend. So I think The Departed, that was one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, he's entitled to his opinion. I might agree with him some nights, but in general, I would say, look, if you have a product, um, and you could be very successful with that type of genre, rinse and repeat, man. Right? Like
Yep.
that's capitalism. Just keep doing it. I mean, so if Martin, you're so anti low budget and repeatable films, I mean, I don't know. There's nothing you can do about it. Sorry. But I mean, dude, I'm not gonna talk any trash on Scorsese. I mean, He's got some really, really good shit. I mean, like a lot, dude. I'm
Yeah,
looking look at
I
his
mean, honestly, if you look at his movie list, I mean, probably 5 or 6 of these are probably in my top 10 all-time favorite movies, right? I mean,
yeah.
Raging Bull, I loved Raging Bull. Like when De Niro's playing Jake LaMotta and he's doing his rhymes in the bar and he's just old and beat up and like, oh, what a phenomenal movie. Color of
Yeah.
Money, Paul Newman, Tom Cruise, great movie. And guys, we're not talking about Martin Scorsese tonight. I'm sorry we're going off on this tangent, but
Oh yeah,
I
that's right.
mean, the Departed, Wolf of Wall Street, great movies.
Casino,
Yeah,
right?
Casino,
That
great.
was great.
Goodfellas, one of the greatest
Yeah.
movies ever made.
Yeah. But
So,
I think he's when you put that kind of work and energy and then you're extremely um
sorry.
original, I guess, with some of these movies. Yeah, man. You might have a thing or two opinion wise that are not so hot about, the next generation that have I don't know, maybe in his eyes they've shortcutted their way into success and stardom,
Yeah.
maybe. But Scorsese, you're fine. Just, keep doing what you're doing. I'm still a fan.
Yeah, and be happy for everybody. You're probably gonna die soon. Like, just go be happy for everybody and let them live their lives and do their things. And if they ask you for advice, give it to them. Don't be a dick. That's my advice to you. All right.
All right. All right. So let's get to our uh our main actor for this evening.
Mm.
When we were
Everybody knows the face, but I don't think everybody knows the name, right?
Yeah, I asked Cam, I was like, "Hey, if I said this name, do you know who I'm talking about?" She was like, yeah. It's one of those I mean, there's a ton of actors, you see them and you have no idea what their names are, but they're in, they play a supporting role in some of these large films and you just can never remember what their name is. He's one of them, Michael Fassbender. Um, and we could
Yeah.
just get on it,
Love
like,
Fassbender. I feel like you tonight. Like, I feel like
really,
you tonight, and the reason for that is, like,
like you're man
I
crushing?
always pick on your fa I yeah, I man crush on Michael Fassbender, and, like,
Yeah.
you're always, like,
Why
the big
though?
fan, and I'm always the
Yeah.
negative guy, but
Well, let's hear it. Why are you man crushing on Fassbender?
dude, he's a great Magneto. Assassin's
Yes.
Creed, I'm one of the 100 people in the country that love Assassin's
Loved
Creed.
it. I
I
loved
can
it.
watch
I
it
wish
every
I
time.
was waiting for a sequel, like something, prequel, sequel, do something.
Yeah, let's look at that one real quick. And when I give you guys the list of movies that he's been in, you're gonna be like, "Holy crap, I forgot that he was in that."
2016, so
So,
10 years
Assassin's
ago.
Creed,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, he started doing movies in 2007. Um, Assassin's Creed, $125 million budget, only made 240, so didn't break even, and when you guys look at these movies and we talk about it, his ROI is below break even, which is why we put him on the movie killer list. But I think like Jared Leto, he's got his niche, and he needs to stay in his niche and stay in his lane, and he's gonna be crazy, but, um, I think your cat's hungry.
I He's like looking at me. He's like, either feed me or pet me, do something. Stop talking about this Fassbender guy. You know what's interesting about Fassbender, and I don't know if you knew this. I mean, I sure as hell didn't know this, but the current number of credits where he's playing the leading role, do you wanna take a guess how many films
Where
in
he's the
total
leading he's the
where
leading
he's
role?
playing the lead? Yes.
17.
Close, 23,
Mm, more
right?
than I
Like, I
thought,
was
yeah.
yeah, that's what I said. I was gonna guess, like, maybe 15-ish, but I was wrong. I was like, "Man, I can't even remember some of the movies this guy was." But early in his career, I mean, he talked about it in his interviews, and, um, in some of the articles where he struggled. I mean, a lot of actors struggle, but he said he struggled pretty hard early on. But you talk about that, but his first film, his first like motion picture, he's in none other than 300. Like
Right.
that's a
So
pretty
let's give you
like, yeah,
that's a great stat. Let me give you by who? Zack Snyder. Let me give
yes,
you,
yes.
let's start with his profile.
All
So,
right,
Michael Fassbender, born April 2nd, 1977. Place of birth? Yep,
Germany.
you guessed it, Heidelberg, Germany. Then he was raised in Killarney, County Kerry, Ireland. It's crazy
Yeah.
name.
His dad was German, mom was Irish.
Yep. Dual heritage.
Yep.
His dad, professional chef. His Irish mom, just a mom. When he was 2 years old, his parents relocated him to Ireland, and he attended school in Kerry and discovered a passion for acting at 17. There, he went from Ireland to move to England so he could study at the Drama Centre of London, but he dropped out because in 1999, he got offered to go on tour with the Oxford Stage Company for a production of The Three Sisters. No idea what that was. Then during his early career, while he was trying to make it, he was a bartender, a postman. Can you imagine Michael Fassbender bringing you your
That's
mail?
awesome. Yeah.
And he worked for Dell. He was a Dell employee for a little while.
No kidding. Didn't know that.
Yep. IT guy.
Good for him.
And he got his first break in one of my favorite series of all time on HBO. Band of Brothers.
Band of Brothers, yeah.
Yeah. Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks cast him as Sergeant Pat Christensen, the acclaimed World War II miniseries of Band of Brothers. And then, to your point that you just threw out there, he got his break in 300 as Stelios.
Yes. Well, we'll fight in the shade. That was
one of my
line.
favorite scenes.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes. All right, you ready? You want to see a quick...
Wait, do you have that clip by chance?
I tried to pull that clip, but it was like...
Our arrows will blind the sun. Or something like that. Yeah. And he's like, then we'll fight in the shade.
I got the other one. Where him and the little hunchbacker checking things out. There he is.
Smashed on the rocks. How can this be?
We saw but a fraction of the monster that is Xerxes' army.
There can be no victory here. Why do you smile?
Arcadian, I've fought countless times. Yet I've never met an adversary who could offer me what we Spartans call a beautiful death. I can only hope, with all the world's warriors gathered against us, there might be one down there who's up to the task.
Listen.
I love that. That's such a good scene, right?
Yeah.
You think those abs are painted on?
I know some of them were. His might have been.
Your pathetic wall will do anything except fall like a heap of dry leaves in the face.
Here it is. This is kind of a long clip. It's longer than we normally show.
Our ancestors built this wall, using ancient stones from the bosom of Greece herself, and with a little Spartan help. Your Persian scouts supplied the mortar.
You will pay for your barbarism! My arm!
It's not yours anymore. Go now. Run along and tell your Xerxes he faces free men here, not slaves. Do it quickly, before we decide to make our wall just a little bit bigger.
No. Not slaves. Your women will be slaves. Your sons, your daughters, your elders will be slaves, but not you. No. By noon this day, you will be dead men. 1,000 nations of the Persian Empire descend upon you. Our arrows will blot out the sun.
Then we will fight in the shade.
How good is that? Does everybody listening know who this guy is now? Come
Yeah.
on.
Can you imagine though? That is like, oh guys, hey, it's my first movie, like first feature. Uh,
Yeah.
oh, by the way, it's 300. That's crazy.
Yeah, to your point, playing that role, and it's so friggin' physical, right? Like, he had to go in and do all that. He's so good, but
Yeah.
he don't make money.
Yeah, so he was I was watching this this long drawn out interview where he went through all his movies, right? And then the uh the interviewer the interviewee was saying, "Hey, tell me something about these films," as you know, because they were just passing through each film. He was reading it. He would say one word or a sentence or two, and they said 300. He was like, I feel like I was in a CrossFit CrossFit training on a daily basis. And then, that was all he remembered. He was like, it was just like constant training. He was like, it was physically intense, etc. And like, yeah, I can see that, right? Everybody's, pretty shredded. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, to your point though, some of the abs were definitely painted on. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think,
they showed it. Like, you can watch YouTube videos where they, like,
yeah,
paint all the definition on some of those guys.
yeah, I could do that to myself. Maybe I do that next time I walk the beach,
That should be your Halloween costume. You
paint my
come in as
abs.
300 painted. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's run through some of the movies of why he ended up on the list, unfortunately. So he does do a lot of prestige type movies, very similar to Kristen Stewart. So some of it he gets a bad rap on, but Hunger, which is a movie he did that was directed by Steve McQueen, and not Bullet Steve McQueen, different director Steve McQueen, the same guy who did 12 Years a Slave. He It was a $3 million budget and it only made 3.9 million, but it was extreme limited release and it was a prestige movie.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got a whole slew of movies where, 10 million did 212,000, 2.5 million did 4, 3 million did 3.9, 3 million did 5.6. So a lot of low budget stuff, which I'm sure Martin Scorsese would be very upset about. And then he did Inglorious Bastards with Quentin Tarantino, which was a big movie for him, 70 million. He plays Lieutenant Archie Hickox, which made 321. So that was a big role for him as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the date of when that came out. Bastards.
2009.
Okay. It was
2009.
damn. Wow. That seemed like. I mean, I know it was a while back, but I didn't know it was that far back.
Yeah.
Wow.
It ages well, right? Like you can go back and watch that thing tomorrow.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: of all his films, and I think I agree with. I think we both agree I think he's a great actor. The ROI just isn't there. I mean, that's not to say that you're a bad person or a bad actor. It's just the ROI doesn't show up. But what would be your favorite Fassbender flick?
It's two. I got two. It's a tie.
Okay.
I
Uh-huh.
love 300. 300 isn't like my top probably 15 favorite movies. And I
Okay.
love Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed to me, that was just I like before I watched it, I was like, okay, it's going to be much of the same. I think there's going to be like some elements to this movie that is going to be either.
Dude, you gotta stick that cat in like the bathroom.
Is it that loud?
It's all you can hear. It's all you can hear is the cat.
Oh, that's going to be bad for the podcast. Oh, you know what? One of these days, hey, buddy.
And for
Yeah.
all you PETA people out there, I'm kidding. He doesn't have to stick the cat in the bathroom. I don't want
Yeah.
a bunch of crazy.
But
emails.
yes, Lil Levi, he likes to be vocal. The other guy's a little bit more chill. Yes, Assassin's Creed. I thought that was a great movie. He produced that. That was like one of the only movies he actually produced. Like he started his own company, after making a little bit of money, and then he attempted to produce. Well, not that he attempted. He did. He produced this one on his own.
Very cool. I didn't know that. That's I think part of it is, and I'm looking at his list of movies, and maybe he's just I'm not a firm believer in luck, right? I think people make their own luck. But X-Men blew up the box office, but I'm not a fan of the phase 2 X-Men. I don't know what you call it. With where they're all young. So when he did X-Men Days of Future Past, not a fan. I did like X-Men First Class where he kind of came in and they tell a lot of the backstory of Magneto, and I think he did a great job as Magneto. But after that, even the X-Men movies went way downhill. Like X-Men First Class, 160 million, did 356. Didn't break even. Then you got
Yeah.
X-Men Days of Future Past, 200 million, made 740. 4, 5, broke even, made a little bit of money. Then you got X-Men Apocalypse, 178, did 543. So after First Class, the X-Men movies he was in did well. So, but then you got Dark Phoenix that came out, and ooh, that was a big stinker. Like that did terrible. But I don't
Oh
know if you
yeah.
can blame him for that.
Yeah. Yeah, but you take out the X-Men franchise, man,
Yeah, it's not good.
it's all in the red.
Yeah.
Like it's all in the red.
Yeah, like the Snowman 30, and these are larger budgets. $35 million budget only made 43 million. The
Yeah.
Alien Covenant, the next wave of Alien movies, 97 million, only did 240. So that didn't break even or barely broke even.
I enjoyed that movie too. I thought The Covenant was it was a decent movie.
It was a little slow for me. It was a little slow.
Yeah. You know what he said was interesting in his interview? He said one of the hardest roles that he had to play, and he originally he didn't want to play it because it was just too much dialogue and he didn't think he had it in him, was when he played Steve Jobs. I was like, well, that's interesting. I mean, he was like, well, A, I don't look like the guy, and B, he's like, he read the script. He's like, man, that's just a lot of dialogue. But I think he got didn't he get nominated for?
Yeah, he got nominated for that and 12 Years a Slave and
Yeah,
Hunger. Yeah,
that's
lot
what
of
it
recognition.
was. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, and Steve Jobs, $30 million budget, pretty good. Only made 34 million. So another movie that didn't do well.
yeah, yeah. Where was Scorsese to help promote those movies?
Yeah, I'd like to ask. This is where we need our own show, like where we have like production value.
Yeah.
Put because Martin Scorsese had no idea that Fassbender was in 20 different low budget movies. So put Fassbender in a room, have him start
Hmm.
talking about how he started his career and all the prestige low budget movies that he did.
Okay.
And then you start playing the Scorsese quotes, and then you have Scorsese walk out and you just let the two of them have a conversation and kind of sit back. That'd be good, right?
Yes, that would be very awkward.
Yeah, just totally like hijack
I feel like do you ever watch the Between Two Ferns?
oh yeah, love it.
I
Love
feel
it.
like it'd be a playoff of that, but like a more serious tone.
Yeah. What are you gonna do in Hollywood when your looks start to fade? I love that. You can't always play the pretty boy. Yeah, Zach Galifianakis is great.
Yeah. Oh, did you know this? When I was doing my itty bitty research, that Michael actually stepped away from Hollywood for a couple years to become. This is trivia. And the answer,
Professional hot woman dater.
nah, he didn't have to leave Hollywood for that. I
Yeah,
mean, he
true.
actually left
Very true.
Hollywood to do this.
Chef.
Nope, race car driver.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
yeah. So it turns out Fassbender began competing seriously in 2017, progressed into the European Le Mans series, and eventually raced the 24 hours of Le Mans in 2022 and 2023. Dude, that is hard to do.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, you're just
Yeah.
driving. No, try driving 6 hours to Virginia from Jersey. It's tiring.
Yeah, those guys are athletes. Sit in the car doing all that stuff, having to deal
Yeah.
with all the shifting and everything else they deal with. Like, it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
And
I
the
mean, this
stress.
is right, and this is like I don't know if this was the height of his career, but I mean, he was like, in the thick of his career because he was more or less like a late bloomer, right? Like when 300 came out, I think he was what you said he was born in 77. So 300 came out when? Let's see. I think he was like
2007.
all right, so he was about 30. Does that sound
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, 30.
I mean, not old, but not like, not like Tom Cruise young, where in his teens and stuff, but
Yeah.
so 2006, but in 2022, so he would have been probably in his early 40s. I mean, you did some good movies, you did some big films, and you said, you know what, I want to go race cars. That's crazy.
Yeah. What did you say? 2022?
2022 and 2023, he actually was a race car driver.
So it's funny. He transitioned. So I'm going to read into this just based on the data, which is what we do.
Yes.
He's making a lot of box office movies, and he makes Dark Phoenix, which absolutely turned into crap with the girl from Game of Thrones. I can't think of her name. She married one of the Jonas brothers.
Oh,
Um,
yes. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, of course. I forget her name.
She was terrible. We should do a movie killer episode on her because she flat out stinks. Like, she is not good at all. But then he did The Killer, Black Bag, couple others that were all, direct to video. So I'm thinking he's like, hey, I want to go race cars. I just blew up this bomb. I'm going to take a little bit of a hiatus.
Right. Let them forget about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Let everybody cool down. And then I'm going to go race cars for a little while.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Good for him. Maybe he had a little money stress. Like, man, I don't know how much longer my money's going to last. I released a bunch of stinkers. Well, but Netflix is going to throw some money at me, so I'll be all right.
That brings up remember early, our early podcast, we would always talk about what their net worth is compared to our net worth, right? We would just kind of compare to see how close they were to retiring comfortably. So let's see what Michael Fassbender is worth according to Google. You want to take a guess?
No, I already looked.
Oh.
So my guess.
I mean, it's okay. So knowing the number, I think it's. I'm not shocked that it. No, I know, but
right?
I guess when I see the number, I'm not shocked to see that it's 40 million, right? Because he was a late bloomer. Even though he's had 23 lead opportunities, I mean, which ones really made money? X-Men, right? Like those were the only ones that actually made him money.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty nice haul, right? Like he started in his, say, 30s and he's not even 50. He's 70. Yeah, he's 49. Right? 20 years, 40 million?
77. Yeah, he's 49.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, it's pretty good.
Yeah. He'll be all right. I mean, if he wants to continue to race cars.
He's going to do something. I'm a little worried about him. Like, I'm looking at the movies he made. I'm looking at his last, 10 movies. I'm looking at he's got a bunch of crap that's coming out that I can look at and tell this stuff's not going to make any money. Like, I hope he's okay. Michael, I'm worried about you. I hope you're listening.
Yeah. I think if you look at his timeline, so when he produced Assassin's Creed, he was the lead and he was the producer. This is 2016. Like the budget was, and this was his first time being an actual producer. But if you look at the numbers, the budget was 125 and it grossed 241. Like you're saying, okay, that didn't make enough money, but as a first-time producer, right? Like that's, yes, I didn't make a killing, but that's all right. Like keep going, dude. Like you have a studio, just keep going. I don't think he's produced anything since.
I think this is like the Gal Gadot husband studio, right? Like I'm looking at it. So
yeah, but that Gal Gadot's husband didn't produce Assassin's Creed. We both liked that movie.
Creed didn't make any money.
I know, but that's no reason to quit. I mean,
no, listen. So I pulled up all the movies that DMC Films, which is his production company, has released.
Okay.
Slow West, which $3.5 million budget only made 1.2.
Damn.
A gritty adaptation of Shakespeare, Macbeth, in 2015. $20 million budget only made 16. Trespass Against Us, 2016, a British crime drama. 4 million, only made 500,000. Assassin's Creed, right? Assassin's Creed is the biggest one. 125 million, only made 240. And then a movie called Kneecap, a critically acclaimed biopic about a hip hop trio from Ireland. Okay, Gal Gadot movie studio, right?
Huh.
2024, 3 million, only made 5.2.
What's it
Like,
called
that's
again?
the Kneecap.
I don't see this.
Yeah, 2024, Arlo O'Carolan something, Rich Popetti, and Carla Strong, 3
And what
million,
was
only
his
made 5.
role?
He played, Arlo O
No, I'm talking about
his production company.
where he's actually produced, like an executive producer or
Yeah, these are
producer.
the 5 movies that DMC Films, his production company, produced. Now,
I'm
they
I'm
did
seeing
3
11.
others,
I'm
but
seeing 11 movies here
yeah,
that
they did 3 others that Fassbender's not in. Calm with Horses, you've never heard of that in a million years.
2019 executive
2019.
producer.
Yeah, you
Okay,
have no idea what it's about or anything.
you're
A
correct.
gritty Irish crime drama. Bomb. Don't even have to look it up.
Okay.
Scrapper, 2026, an indie comedy drama written by Charlotte Regan, won the World Cinematic Dramatic Grand Jury Prize in 2023 Sundance. Made no money. The Kitchen, which I'm going to look this up, 2023, a dystopian sci-fi drama set in future London, was released globally by Netflix. I've never
Was
heard of it. 2023, Netflix. The
okay,
Kitchen.
did they attach budget dollars to these movies?
No, I just listed the movies out from his
These
thing.
all sound like they were like under 500K.
Yeah, I mean, look up The Kitchen, see what it did, or look up
Well,
Scrapper, right?
okay.
Scrapper or The Kitchen. But then you said there was 11. So then he's got 2 more, which were short films called Pitch Black Heist, a short film starring Fassbender. 2011 was released in 2012. And then Robert and Scarecrow in 2017, a visual effects heavy short film directed by Kibwe Tavares. These things made no money. This is nonsense. Like, Michael, you're better than this. Come on, dude. Like, we loved you in these movies, and now this is what
Yeah.
you're doing? This is what
Yeah.
people with money do, I guess.
All right, let's see. I'm looking it up.
And for anybody who's interested, if I win the Mega Millions or the Powerball this week, which I bought tickets for both,
I did too.
I'm going to produce a low budget horror
Just to do it.
just to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be crazy? Wouldn't it be crazy if you actually produced something that made like say 500 million that actually made more money than your lotto ticket?
That would be cool.
That would be crazy. All right, here we go. I got the
Yeah.
numbers.
They're shit, right?
Dude, I mean, they weren't cheap. They were not cheap. I mean, they are doo-doo. Slow West, executive producer.
Yeah.
2 million gross 2 point. Did you already say this?
No,
I'm
I
gonna
didn't have
skip.
I didn't have the money for those.
So
Oh,
Calm
Slow
with
West, yeah, the ones you need to look at are
Horses.
Calm with Horses, Scrapper, and The Kitchen.
Oh boy. So reported budget 5 million.
Yeah.
I seriously doubt this, but that's the reported budget. Worldwide gross 0.1. Okay, 100 grand. I mean,
Yeah,
why did
so
they say
it never got
0.1
released.
million? Okay,
Uh,
Scrapper was the other one you said?
Yeah.
Scrapper was a whopping 2.2 to 3 million and it grossed 1.3. Oof.
So, yeah. The
The
Kitchen.
Kitchen went well, that went right to Netflix and that was a budget of 16 million.
Oof.
Did you watch that? The Kitchen?
No, I never even heard of it. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Okay, me too. Same here. So this is the other one. So Black Bag, he was the associate producer. So
Yeah.
I know he's got some financial stake into this. 50 to 60 million grossed 44 million.
Not good, right?
That is not good. And the last one, Life Hack, executive it's hasn't been reported. Neither number, budget or gross dollars.
Right. And for the audience out there who you guys think we're completely insane, like, we're just going based on the data and the fact that it's a 2.5 time return means an actor makes money. And there's like the Odyssey right now. We know the marketing dollars are insane. You can't turn on the TV without seeing Matt Damon's face or somebody associated with the Odyssey right now. So these guys, they're flying
Yeah.
these guys all over the world to do this shit.
Yeah, you know, I'm
So
glad you brought that up with the budget and the gross dollars because a lot of people, oh, the budget was 125, it grossed 240, but hello, like, the theaters themselves retain a substantial portion of the ticket sales, while that 125 million figure doesn't include worldwide marketing and distribution expenses. So when we say it didn't make money, it really probably did not make money when you
Yeah.
factor all those things in, like the big ticket expenses, especially the theaters take. Man, that's crazy. Hey, let's make a movie for 125. Hey guys, it grossed 245. Hey, you owe me money because you lost money. You're in the red.
Yeah, 100%.
That's
And
terrible.
now, and taking every movie, his production company, his Netflix movies, his successes like Inglorious Bastards and all, and 300 and all the others, his total career return is 2.3.
Yeah.
So, guys, he's a movie killer, right? I mean,
Yeah.
there's no, I'm not looking for anything other than a 2.5 number. There's a lot of variables that come into this, so we have to round it and use an estimate. But 2.5 is the number that the industry uses. I love him. You guys, we started the show. I'm a huge fan, but he's a 2.3 return career 2.3. Sorry, Michael. You're a great dancer, but you just don't get it done. You want a little here? We'll give you a little levity because we're bringing everybody down.
Yes, while you're bringing that up, this I'm going to look something up.
You go ahead. Pull it up. All right. Ready?
You would play music when you came on set.
Graham Norton show.
I don't know if you know this about Michael. Michael is one of those actors you have to coax out.
For
of
anybody
the
who's not
trailer.
watching or
Wait in
listening,
there for
that's Hugh
hours and hours.
Jackman
He's very difficult,
sitting on
very
Graham
watery
Norton
on set.
with
So
Michael
to get him out, there was
Fassbender.
really only one song, and so I
And,
used to get the sound guy to play it very loud in the studio.
the
with
guy
Graham,
from
just so
Split.
he could get his
I'm
mojo
blanking
up.
on his name.
And actually, it was Blurred Lines. I wonder if you guys could. You know, guys know Blurred Lines? I don't know what it was about that song or that video that got Michael going.
Do you want to
There's
walk?
something
You want to
about
come
it.
back on again
Yeah,
to
come on,
Blurred
man.
Lines?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, okay. Back on again.
You go back there.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's Hugh.
Okay, so we become
James
come on,
McAvoy
Michael,
and Michael.
come on.
Thanks,
Gotta
James
shoot.
McAvoy.
Michael,
Yeah,
listen.
yeah.
There goes my microphone. Michael, come on.
So apparently Fassbender is a lot like Sam Rockwell. Like everywhere he goes, he dances. He comes out on shows, he dances, and he just loves to dance to different things. So
You just
little
realize
late
how
moment thing.
like Hugh Jackman's a tall actor. I think he's like 6'4".
Yeah, he's a good looking dude. He can carry his own. I bet you his ROI is not 2.3.
Oh, we're gonna have to look at that. Yeah, yeah. Oh, he's 6'2". I thought he was taller than that. I thought he was like.
That's just one of the many things that me and Hugh have in common.
I was gonna say, I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, he's not that tall. I mean, that's your height, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have the looks, we got the height, we got the physique. There's so much in common, me and Hugh.
I would say, at the very least, at least Hugh is not delusional. That's the one thing you guys don't have in common.
All
Okay.
actors are delusional.
Okay, sure. Let's go with. I was trying to look up how much money he made. I would guess the bulk of that net worth had to have come from the X-Men franchise, but it doesn't say if he was collecting royalties. It doesn't say.
What are you looking up?
I'm trying to figure out how much Fassbender, as Magneto, how much did he make?
Oh. Man. Hugh Jackman, total movie revenue. Take a number. Pick a number. Like his total.
Oh, all time, like career?
Yeah, career.
Oh man, he's had some big budget. I'm gonna say $4 billion.
Nope. Guess again.
More?
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
Eight-
6.5. Wow.
8 billion. So his
Damn.
career movie, 8 billion. So
Wow.
his Gemini's getting the more data you feed in the Gemini, the friggin' more data it gives you back. So I just been like over the months that we've been doing this, I just been pumping data in the Gemini. So now it's answering on what I think I want versus what I'm asking him. And I'm just like, dude, you gotta just give me what I'm asking for.
Yeah. So it says his exact Magneto salaries were never publicly disclosed. He originally signed a multi-picture X-Men deal, and after becoming an Oscar-nominated star during that run, he would have had substantially more negotiation. Yeah, blah blah blah. So there's no real number. So I don't know where they got this net worth projection of 40 million. He might be worth a lot more than that. We should ask him. Michael, you should tell us, are you north of 100 million or not quite there, or man, that way past that? That would be good to know. Because you're a movie killer.
He is a movie killer.
Definitely a movie killer, but we still like him. Big fan. All right, so where does that put him on the Mendoza? Because this is another one of those great actor, doesn't have the ROI to support.
I'm thinking he's like Jared Leto, right? Like he's got his prestige movies. He's a great supporting actor. Like I think if you put him in a supporting role, I think he's awesome. Like he's kind of the lead guy in all the Alien
Yeah.
movies, but he has there's a lot of stuff going on around him, ensemble stuff, right? Then you got all
Yeah.
the stuff going on in the X-Men movies, ensemble, 300 supporting ensemble. I think you don't let him go into a movie by himself because even in 12 Years a Slave, he wasn't the main guy. He was supporting in that. And his 2 Oscar nominations are both for supporting actor.
Yeah.
I think that's where you put him.
Yeah. Where did we have Jared? At a 5, 6?
Out of 5.
Damn. So his career, when we started the 2.3 billion, but what's his effective ROI percent? It's
2.3.
No. His total gross was 2.3 billion. All his movies.
Oh, I'd have to go
Fassbender's.
back and look. Okay.
Yeah.
Take your word for it.
I'm curious what his ROI number compares to that of Jared Leto.
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to pull
Yeah.
up Jared's again. I can tell you that Hugh Jackman makes money, but not as big as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Fassbender's a 2.3. Hugh 2.9. He makes money. He's got return over his career.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
Yeah. And for the
That's a
record,
tough one.
if anybody's made it through our show this far, no hat today. No
I
hat.
don't
No sponsors this week. Nobody sent me hats. Nobody called it out. Going hatless. I'm not
I
happy.
mean, I called it out before we went live, but that doesn't count. Yeah, at least somebody should have chimed in, during our live YouTube or Facebook or
Yeah. Send me a
where
hat.
else. Yeah.
No hats.
I don't know. I think I think
All right.
I think if the
So-
numbers speak for themselves, he would have to be where Jared sits on the Mendoza, I would think.
I think so. Because a little bit of a struggle of willingness to pay. I think, that's proven by the fact that he's going to streaming. And that's his last, bit of movies have all been streaming. He's a great actor, but he can't carry the movie, even though he's got so much talent. 2 Academy Award nominations as supporting actor, very similar to Jared Leto.
Yeah.
A lot of chemistry with his cast when he goes out and he does his, his parts. He was, again, if you look in his list, I mean, he does really well in that supporting role, and you got to have chemistry to support the leads around you. Yeah. He gets points off for stupid decisions in his production company, but maybe he just doesn't care. Maybe he just wants to go out and do creative, artistic things.
I don't know. Like, so put yourself in his shoes. Like, you had a very slow start to your movie career. I don't know if you'd just be willing to throw money away in a production company. I mean, even if you feel that strongly about it, and then you put out, he's been a part of, in In that role as an associate producer, executive producer, or producer, 11 films and none of which made money. Like, I don't know, man. I think you need to rethink things and worry about your finances long term. That's tough though. I mean, again, I'm a big fan. I just don't.
I'm going to tell you why he can't focus. I'm going to tell you why he's losing focus. One,
I know.
he's off screwing around. He's racing cars is his first problem. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was 3 years ago.
Well, I think this is his second problem right here. So this is problem number 2 going on.
Is that Alicia?
No, this
Vikander?
is Nicole. Is it Alicia or Nicole
Bahari?
Vikander? This is Vikander.
Yeah, Alicia.
Okay. This is one problem. Hold on.
Okay.
This is another problem. You got this one. That's problem number 2. Look at the little thing on her belly.
I see that.
I think Fassbender put that on there. That looks like an
Maybe.
Assassin's Creed thing.
Yeah.
Hold on. This is problem number 3. You got this one. You know, he's like, you know what, guys? I'm going to go over here and coast with Netflix for a while. I'm going to race cars and hang out with my 3 problems.
Yeah. He should just invest. I mean, just put your money, I don't know, but go buy an index fund, dude, and just ride it. Hey, you're fine. If you have 40 million, you throw half of that in an index fund, dude, you draw what, 6%? Dude, draw 10%. I mean, you're already 50, basically. Draw 10%, and you're making bank.
Yeah, and somebody's going to put him in a movie. So even if he gets 2-3 million for a movie,
yeah, so what?
Makes
right?
a movie every couple years. Yeah. Come on, Powerball. That's all I can say.
Dude, he puts in 20 million, and he takes out. I think I put 8%. It's 1.6 million a year.
Yeah,
dude,
okay.
that's You don't have to go nuts. Just put half of your net worth. I'm sure. Let me see if 20 million times.
Carry the 4.
Yeah, that's 8 at 8%. We talked about this when we retired. We draw 8%, 1.6 million, and you're probably never going to touch your principal. 20 million. You can ride this out until you're in the dirt.
Yeah,
Fassbender, what are you doing? Just stick to good movies. Don't produce jack. Don't get caught up in that. You're not trying to prove anything, right? Then just ride it out. Put your money, half your money, not even all your money.
He's going to go make Kneecap 3, and then half his money goes away.
Yeah.
That's his other problem.
Yeah. It's probably just like an addiction. Like he can't, like his whole, I don't know. I mean, I know what I do with the money. I'd be very comfortable. Go back to Germany, go back to Ireland, have your dual citizenship.
Yeah. It's like an addiction. Like problem 1.
Well, he's married to her.
Problem 2. Who's he married to?
So Alicia Vikander, they began dating in 2014. After working together on The Light Between Oceans, they married in Ibiza in 2017. There must be a little bit of an age gap there. Got to be, right?
Yeah, there has to be.
Well, she's 37 now. Would you see her today picture? See, this is when she was like.
I'd pull this off Google.
Okay, yeah, you might want to look at.
There's a 15-year age gap.
What? She was in that's right. She was in Tomb Raider, right?
Yeah. Tomb Raider.
Yeah, almost. That's right. Okay. So they're still married. They are still married, and they have. Do they have? I think they have like 2 kids. She's 37 now.
Yeah, so it's like a 15-year age gap or something. He's 50. He's 50 and she's 37.
No, 49, 37. Nothing wrong with that.
No, good for him.
Yeah.
Then the kids came along and he started racing cars.
He's like, look,
sorry, Alicia. I gotta
He's
go
like,
to
I got,
Ramon's.
well, he didn't tell her that. He was like, hey, I just got to get my mind off the things. He's like, I'm going to race cars so I don't have to
Yeah.
change diapers.
Yeah. He'd rather race cars for 24 hours and potentially die and stay home with her and deal with the kids.
Yeah. You know what? Now thinking about it, I wonder if he would have been casted in F1. You know, I know Brad Pitt did a pretty decent job. Actually, Brad Pitt did a great job. He was great in that movie.
Yeah.
I don't think Brad Pitt can do anything wrong, like in the Silver Screen, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, so his, so that yeah, they've been married since 2017.
Yeah. Good for him. 10 years, 9 years. She was
And they
27 when they got married. Fassbender danced in there and swept her off her feet. Good for
Dance
him.
machine, dude.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. He's like, look, I could probably bend this piece of metal and put it on your ring finger. How do you like that?
Oh, Magneto, you're so great.
Yes. But like, I'm not Magneto. I'm a fast bender of metal.
That is awful. That is flat out awful.
It was right there. I took it. It was too
Oh,
obvious. I had to pick it up.
Terrible.
All right. Can we all right, we're past the 1 hour mark.
We are past the 1 hour mark. We are gonna wrap up. We're gonna close it down.
But we have a treat. Remember my screen
Yeah,
test?
I said we're following our template, our system. So for tonight and for everybody, I have not seen it. I haven't listened to it. I have no idea. I just know this is something that Mark tried out for the role, and they threw him in, and they decided at the last minute to go in a different direction. And this alone is worth, Spotify video, Apple video.
You know what's interesting? Before you run the clip,
Yeah.
in some of the previous clips, and you know, you've posted these, people can't tell the difference. Like my Gladiator screen test, like people were just like, oh, I can't tell. I couldn't tell the difference.
Hold on, let me turn the volume down.
And that's an iconic character, man. Maximus Aurelius. And I pulled it off and no one said anything.
So I'm pulling it up while we're talking. The video, the TikTok that I embedded you in the middle of, that nobody paid any attention to and nobody listened.
And how many views?
22.6
thousand views.
1,000 views. 22.6.
Dude, I blended in that montage.
Yep.
Effortlessly.
So anybody who's listening, go to TikTok, look us up. It's got the Elliot Page, Brad Pitt as the picture. 22,000 views, almost 23,000. And in the middle of it, you got Mark as Gladiator, and not a single person has mentioned it.
Totally flexing.
Yeah. Too funny. And for all you clowns out there who aren't giving us any support, we're up to 844 followers.
Oh, baby. We're getting there.
We jumped about 60 followers from the last broadcast, which is good. I'm happy with it. All right. You ready for this nonsense? Spotify, Apple, YouTube.
This is gold. You know what? For any would-be producer that's thinking about it, just look at these screen tests and ask yourself, can I do something with this kind of talent? Like, can I do something with this kind of talent? Right? Like, you got to be asking yourself that question when you see these clips.
Yeah. Fassbender, if you're listening, you got 9 seconds to make your decision, because that's
Fassbender. Fassbender, you're 0 for 11. Do you really want to go 0 for 12?
Right. What's the worst that can happen? You make a movie that loses money? Come on, you've made a career out of it.
Yes. That's horrible.
Yeah. It's a rough show. All right, you ready? Hold on, I guess. Before it ends. That is good. Did Cam do that?
Yes.
Did she do the music, or it's the music already?
I had to straighten out my hair. I had to get like my, you know what I mean? Like I had to buff up, work out a little bit. But yeah, Yeah.
Cam, great job. Great job. Way to get Mark ready for his role.
I was in character for a moment
Mark
there.
Wick.
And watch. Yes. When you air that, there's going to be like, oh, he just looks different.
Hold on. I'll give you one more from the start to finish. I don't know why it starts with the sound off. That really irks the shit out of me. Look at you all badass walking out with your white shirt on. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of Marky Mark, Marky Wiki.
Yeah. Marky Wick.
Marky Wick. Coming at you. Let's go Fastbender. Let's make it happen. Let's connect on the next one.
Yeah.
Let's go 1 for 11.
Yeah. And I got no input on that. I don't even know where to begin with that. You left me speechless.
You're in a state of shock right now because you don't know. Now you can't even tell different like wow, what was I seeing? Was I seeing like the real thing, or was this, just
Hold on, let me see if I hit the right button.
I have immortal longings in me.
That's what that does to me. Gives me immortal longings.
Dude, I think out of all my
Always good food, always good food.
out of all my screen tests, I would say that was probably the most lifelike. Maybe.
Braveheart.
What would you?
Braveheart's still my favorite. I love Braveheart.
Braveheart was good. I mean, Fastbender was bitching about 300. I mean, Braveheart for me, woof. That was like CrossFit. I mean, look at my hair. Sons of Scotland. Wait, what happened?
Hold on. I'm trying to get it right there. Look, that's the best.
Dude, like, I'm just saying, let's just picture that face on a battlefield. Like, who wants to challenge me? Like Achilles? I'll fight anyone, right? And they'll be like, yo, dude, that dude looks
you're on
crazy
World War
possessed.
II. They saw you coming off the island. Japan might have won the war. That's all I gotta say. Big Asian Braveheart riding out.
Oh my God.
Never would have dropped that bomb.
That is ridiculous.
That's why they made the Philippines a base. They're like, we're not attacking these guys. Look at this.
Yes, look at this guy. He'll win the war single-handedly. He doesn't even need a tank. Just throw him on that thoroughbred. Throw him on that thoroughbred. Give him a spear. Give him something. Let him run around with the war paint on his face.
That's my favorite. Love that.
Yeah, that is pretty good. When I first saw that, like after the final shoot, I was like, yeah. Did me justice.
Good stuff. All right. I think we're ready to wrap it up. So we got Fastbender. We're going to throw him as a 5 on the Mendoza line, right up there next to Jared. 2.3 ROI, doesn't make money. And for all you cheap bastards out there, go to Prime, watch Masters of the Universe. It's free. You guys can enjoy it now that it's don't cost you anything.
Yeah, I don't know what the runtime on that, but if you start now, you'll have time.
Yeah, it's about 10 minutes. You know, I think I'm going to get through about 10 minutes of it. So I think the runtime for Masters of the Universe for me is about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Well, I'll let you know.
All right.
I got the Mummy. I got the Mummy. I got Masters of the Universe. I got Mandalorian, Grogu. I got Obsession. I got a list, man. I got a list of movies I can get through.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on Mummy and Obsession. I'm just not into that stuff because I get freaked out. Then I got to go in the basement and I'm thinking, oh shit, what's behind that Christmas box? You know, some Mummy. Dude,
Michael Cera watched it. He said it was great.
Okay.
Yeah. Mike G.
You know what I think? Okay.
Yeah, he loved it.
You think I think what I might do next, as far as the screen test, like I'm gonna go horror flick. I think I'm due.
Mike Myers walking through
something.
Haddonfield, maybe?
Yeah. It's got to be like an iconic like bad guy.
Done.
Yeah.
All right.
well,
let's
that was,
pump up the music. Good episode.
Yeah, I thought this was a really good one.
All right, ready?
Let's do it.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining. We appreciate it. Hey, today Tuesday, Monday night.
Monday. Yeah.
Monday night. Thanks for spending the night with us. We appreciate it. We're going to get the post if you want to watch the videos. They're only available on Apple and Spotify and YouTube right now. You can get the video on any other platform, but that'll change soon. Check us out on TikTok. We got Mark buried in the video somewhere, so you can find it. And then follow us, share our videos, get us some just pumped up on the platform. And then we will see you next week as we pick back up. Who knows what night, but you can always watch us on all your favorite streaming platforms.